HooHooHooRobin.
You're listening to Opie and Anthony. On the virus, Sirius XM.
As Patrice Oneal enters the studio, finally decided to join one of these social networking sites. Have you checked out Twitter yet?
I never heard of it.
Twitter's all right. It's a very basic social networking site. Very basic. I never really got into the Facebook or MySpace, but I like the Twitter.
It's a 140-character blog site, so you can put in a message any time of day or night, and people can follow you, but you're limited to 140 characters.
Yeah, so you can't babble. You got to make it quick and easy. You know, with just dumb little updates, and your followers get your updates.
But 140 characters, how many words is that? That's very small.
It's a mere paragraph, my friend. So it's more like, you know, hey, this is Jim. I'm about to go on stage at the Borgata.
Oh, I just do the phone thing. I just do my phone.
You know, it's pretty much what you're doing with the phone and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But if you want to find me, Opie Radio, one word, on Twitter.com, as we say hi to Patrice Oneal.
Good morning.
How are you, sir?
Not bad.
I wanted you to sleep in a little bit.
Why not all the way?
Huh?
Sleeping the entire day.
Well, I like doing radio with you.
Seemed like a lot more white people in the streets today. Some type of solidarity. I thought it was a day off.
All the black people.
Interesting.
All the black people went south.
I'm the only black guy I've seen on the streets. Not even a cop.
Well, no surprise that Anthony took MLK Day off.
Of course.
I
got a case of disrespecting black people.
He's making a statement today, trust me. Oh, he'll say he was sick or something, but I got the call. I'm like, of course he's going to be sick today.
Racist AIDS.
He is being respectful. I think that we should be off today. It's a national holiday. And he's taking the day off in honor of Dr. King.
Yeah.
We did try to take today off.
So it's either he's disrespectful or you two are disrespectful.
Honestly, I'll tell you, we wanted to take the day off because, you know, a day off is... Who doesn't want a day off?
I take off. I would take off.
And Stump Brain, what do they say? I mean, this MLK, when it first started, was sort of a holiday, but now it's pretty much a solid holiday. You look like an idiot if you make your employees work today.
Yeah, and a lot of companies give you the choice of MLK Day or President's Day.
Yeah.
And we had just come back from a vacation, so they
said,
"Why don't you wait a month?"
Yeah. So now they're saying one should take President's Day off instead.
When is that?
In February sometime.
16th.
Yeah.
Mark that one down.
Oh, right around Valentine's Day.
Yes,
can we take the long weekend?
Yes, sir.
Around Valentine's? All right, I could do that.
Done.
So I just want to say I wanted to acknowledge the MLK thing today.
All right, on behalf of all black people, thank you.
Hey, man.
You know what that means.
I'm getting swept up in the whole freaking Obama thing. I'm loving it. I watched the TV all weekend long. What's your problem with it?
Nothing. Just waiting.
Waiting for the what?
Just waiting to see what
for
happens.
his first F up.
No, I'm that's what I guess I am. I'm so cynical. I'm on the first line of defense team. I'm not even rooting for him. I'm just doing all my planning for when white people do they're supposed to do.
I wonder if he understands that it's never going to be better than it is right now for him. Like, he can't do no wrong for the most part, but that first time he messes up, he's going to go, oh, wow, and then he'll watch that popularity, dip a bit. But right now, they freaking love this guy, without a doubt.
More stimulus. How come bailing out a car company is like democracy and bailing out people is communism?
Socialism.
Why is that?
That's a very good question.
Why is bailing out? I mean, you should see the people in line to get money. Like, not even just car companies, like bagel companies and people, just anybody going out of business.
Well, recently, a couple people from the porn industry. Larry Flint and the Girls Gone Wild dude, was it?
And I was right? Porn is not, Bo Bice.
What?
Ugh.
That's not,
who's this guy?
One of our very old interns. We're desperate for interns. One of our interns is 38. Yeah. That guy can't be... How old are you? 29? 28? 28, so... he's one of the younger interns we have.
What's going on here? I haven't been here for a couple of weeks or months or whatever it is.
Look, here he is.
You miss Carol O'Connor.
I thought this guy...
He's 38.
I thought he was... I thought that was the guy that did the machine. I just glanced at him. I thought, for a second, and it's not.
Oh, really? Are people mistaking you for Tim?
No, Patrice has.
Oh, really? He could probably do a better song parody than he does. So unbelievable.
Well, good morning, sir.
Thank you, sir.
I'm glad you got all ready to talk, but no one really cares. Yeah.
He bolted right in what could be the worst shirt in North America.
So, a little round man just trying to get a break.
He's married. He quit his job to get into radio at the worst time to get into radio.
Yeah.
Like the whole business is collapsing. The radio websites have just lists of people that are out of work just begging to be hired by anybody, 30-year veterans. And this guy decided, this is a perfect time to try to make something of myself in radio.
He has diabetes to look forward to. Just 5'2",
5'5",
267 pounds,
220 pounds
of pure hell.
You're 5'5", 220?
5'6", 5'6".
That means you're 5'5". Who are you kidding? 5'4". Cool.
My wife tells me every day how fat I am. So
Yeah.
I
Who?
guess it's not my wife.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sully! Sully!
Oh, that creepy pilot.
I read about him all weekend long, and man, it's getting more and more impressive what he accomplished last week. I would have crashed right into the GWB.
Well, we're not pilots. I wouldn't have done well. I would have crashed, taken off. I'm not a pilot.
I'm just thinking.
I would have just drove straight into something.
No, it's like, how we talk about, like, Anthony has the guns and stuff, and
Yeah.
you and I both agree that we can't be gun owners because we would do something irresponsible, like we'd shoot our foot or our leg or something, just kind of trying to clean the damn thing. I was thinking, all right, if I had the skills to be a pilot, now I'm in that situation. I would be panic guy.
That's
right into the GWB.
Old men are the only people I want to see fly my planes. Like, it's just, he's been in he's been shot down 3 times. He's been, he's gone through something where he had to land in the jungle and do all kind of crazy stuff. And this guy, I mean, that's why I go, where do you learn how to fly if you're under 60? Like, who's flying these planes? And that dude, and he looks like he drinks, too.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know if he drinks, but he looks like he drinks.
Of course, he must.
To keep, look at the horror, and this is the thing we're not embracing, is how much horror we are anyway when the flight is not anything happening, but immediately something's happening. You see the engine, and then if you're sitting on the left-hand side near the engine, I'm always looking at the engine. I see a giant goose just fly in.
Oh my
and
God.
And you know something's wrong.
They said they could smell the birds burning. They smelled the flesh of the birds in the cockpit. Sully's saying, yeah, we knew right away we hit a flock of something, and you could smell them burning.
Just holding someone's hand next to you that you don't like, but you start praying because you're all going to die in the same. And this guy pulls you. You see the river coming, and then you open your eyes and you're not dead. But how can you say anything but something special about this old man?
He was so on top of it. The transcripts came out Saturday or Sunday. He announces what happened, lost both engines. They're like, Newark. He goes, no. Then he goes, what's that airport? Teterboro. He goes, nope, going river. Like, it was like boom, boom, boom. He knew that, nope, the only chance they got is river. And then when I saw where he landed in the river, because that's where Jimmy and I, in separate buildings, but we live on that side, I'm like, that guy knew the river. Because if he landed it anywhere north of where he did, people would have died of hypothermia. Because it only takes a mere 4 or 5 minutes in the water. You're dead. I was talking to my brother last night.
So he died
4 or 5 minutes in that water.
He landed in a warmer spot?
No, I'll tell you where he landed. He landed where the ferries go back and forth all day long.
Right,
so the guy goes, I know where the ferry traffic is, and that will give me an even better chance of saving some of these people.
What if he killed some...
What if he landed on a ferry?
Oh, then we would have been talking about what an ass he is.
But I think he saw, as he was deciding where to, touch down, that the ferries at that point, lucky enough, were on both sides, getting ready to go back across the river. He probably would have landed a little shorter, is what I'm saying, if he saw the ferries were actually in the water still. He had it figured out.
Can you imagine being on that plane and living, dude? It's like, come on, man.
He was 10 feet from Newark Airport. What's wrong? He probably wanted in Jersey.
Why did they say he didn't do it, though?
Dude.
He's probably wanted in Jersey on some sexual assault charges, and he wanted to get off in Newark.
Dude, he lost everything so quick. That thing was He would have probably hit you where you live in the way.
Yeah,
he could have hit you.
God bless that dude.
He could have hit you.
People are happy about that dude.
Did you see the interviews? He didn't exactly save a bunch of scientists.
No, no kidding.
Well, the flight was going from where to North Carolina?
LaGuardia to North Carolina. I mean, no disrespect, but
if any flight's gonna go,
if any plane full of people were expendable.
Oh man, it wasn't going to Washington or somewhere smart.
Yeah,
it was going to North Carolina.
These were not Yale students flying to Connecticut.
Right.
But it was a real plane too. That's the thing I always ask because I refuse to get on the Buddy Hollies, even though they all go down.
Yeah.
I just won't get on the Buddy Hollies. If I got to take a Buddy Holly, I take a cab first.
With the propeller.
Oh yeah.
That always makes me nervous when all of a sudden you think
that was a real plane going to North Carolina, man.
You think you're on a real plane and you look out and go, oh, propellers. Great.
I had enough of Sully Monday morning quarterbacking, though. I kind of suspected there was ferry traffic, and we knew that geese would be flying, so we took, shut up, Sully, you didn't know. You got
lucky. This guy?
Yeah.
No, Sully,
Monday morning?
Yeah. Oh, I knew there was ferry traffic. No, you didn't.
Jim,
you don't think so?
He landed an airplane.
He's a bum.
Exactly.
He landed? Not only did he land the plane...
He crashed into the water and got lucky. Sully's a bum.
He landed the plane. Besides that... No one dies when the air temperature is 20, not counting the wind chill, which made it a little worse. And then the water temperature, some said 40, but they're saying it was closer to 32,
This is
33.
the first time I think I've ever heard of a plane crash where people lived. And do you know, who told me this? A friend of mine, he was in some armed forces. He said, do you know why the people tuck their heads in between their legs when that whole thing?
So they can recover your body.
So you can break your neck when the plane...
Right, make it easy for you.
Just to put you out your misery.
Right.
And this is the first time that's ever, actually worked to where people are alive. You know, the stewardess is telling them, tuck their heads in there, and this is what's going to happen. And they lived.
Now, they don't want you to break your neck. The reason they do this probably so your head doesn't snap back. When you land, if you jerk when you land or something, they don't want you sitting up and then your head snapping back and then breaking it. That's probably what's to prevent you from breaking your neck.
Imagine
that. What?
Prevent you from... If you're sitting up and you hit really hard landing, they're probably afraid that your neck would snap back or your face would smack. That's just to kind of keep you as tight as possible.
Yeah, break your neck when you land from a 30,000-foot drop.
Oh, 30,000 foot.
Imagine Sully makes this amazing water landing, all excited. He goes into, to see how the people are doing, and they're all just sitting there paralyzed. Come on, get up.
Dude.
They all just break their neck.
I just thinking about how much I don't like flying, and this dude kept me alive.
Can I tell you something? I said it last week or whatever, but my girl saw the crash from our apartment.
She looked at it.
She saw the crash, and she and a bunch of other people in my apartment, they were panicky and they couldn't get it on video. We would have had the video. She saw it for at least 30 to 45 seconds over the river and knew it was going to crash. Got on the phone with 911, was on with 911 when it crashed. Jesus. Just amazing.
Where's the proof?
Well, there is proof, actually, but...
You got tape of everything else. Let's hear this.
She was the frantic 911 call.
Oh, my God, the plane crashed.
She was that...
Are you serious?
Swear to God. She was the frantic 911 caller.
What
my
view
God.
You have.
And then her brother kind of reckoned the call a little bit because he goes, holy beep! And that's how it was presented.
Are you serious?
Yes. And I missed it by 15 minutes. I went to the gym. It was where Jimmy and I live. It was 10 blocks away.
You should see what I was doing while it happened. required a little cleanup when finished. And I will say this, if Sully was so good, how about this? Don't hit the geese, stupid. How about that? When you see geese, fly around them.
Fly around the geese.
Don't aim for the geese, big shot.
Was it on takeoff? It had to be on takeoff.
Oh, yeah, right away. He probably was bored after 40 years, saw the flock of geese, and said, this is a nice challenge. This is the challenge I was looking for.
This is the retirement party I wanted. I'm going to get all this money and accolades right before I'm done.
And the paper today, the headline, Florida man thanks lucky stars he missed flight. And I was telling Stunt Brain, and he's showing his ticket. He was supposed to be on that flight, right? And I'm telling Stunt Brain, why is he thanking his lucky stars? No one died.
Yeah, no one died.
If you now know no one died, wouldn't you want to be on that flight? You'd have a story to tell for the rest of your life.
2020, but on that flight.
But he's saying after the fact, thank God I wasn't on that plane. Why thank God? Everyone survived. A few people got their tootsies cold. That was it.
Have they been interviewing people on the... I mean, that plane must have stunk of scaredness, you know what I mean?
No kidding.
Just in your drawers, everybody.
No kidding, man.
Can you imagine?
No kidding.
Damn.
So, Pretty amazing stuff.
Oh, well, I'm looking at the photos now and looking at all. I knew he would get invited. I knew Obama. That's what I said. This pilot, he got invited to the Obama festival. You knew that he would get.
Sure.
It's like one day you're going to take off, and the next day, 10 minutes later, the president of the United States knows who you are.
This might be a setup. This might be an elaborate assassination attempt.
You can't have Sullys walking around.
Yeah, we can't have that. He can't get close to the president. This might be
We were imagining that everyone's like, rah, Sully, and he's just an awful human being when he's not flying planes.
He pretended to crash. He knew what he was going to do.
Right.
All the people on the plane were operatives.
Right.
They knew that someone on that plane to get invited to the inauguration.
I'm sure.
I don't like this.
I'm sure the conspiracy theorists out there are already spinning this. Like, look, we needed a feel-good story, so they set this whole Sully thing up.
Something's wrong. I'm just going to add to the paranoia of the inauguration security, because I know they've been sitting around in the room just imagining all the different ways, and they just go, hey, listen, no matter what you think, no matter how paranoid it sounds, just throw your 2 cents in. What do you think? Well, maybe aliens are going to fly from another place and drop, ticks on, and then they got the alien tick team ready to go, because they cannot be the people who lose the first black president. They can't be the people.
What are they calling his car? The Monster or something? No. There's a nickname for his limo. Oh. It is like it goes right with what Patrice is saying. They can't be
iron windows.
There's 5 inches of steel. Yeah, could you get the details on his car?
A turret.
And they have a nickname for it already. It's called the Monster or something like that. The pretty hardcore name.
Protect the N-word president mobile.
His car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's we'll have the details of or the specs of his car.
And it better be. I hope he doesn't just do this whole, I hope he's just wise enough to know that he's the first black president. I just hope he knows.
Yeah. How heavy is the car compared to the Cadillac?
We'll have all the details after the break, because it's pretty impressive. They've never had one of these like this before. Patrice Oneal helping us out today.
Tell him, Fred.
The Virus. Sirius XM. This is the Opie and Anthony Show.